from Church Militant Studios, this is the Church Militant Evening News.
Hello and thank you for joining us this Friday, February 10th. I'm James Fedewa, along with Hunter Bradford here with Catholic News and Context. A note before we get started, be sure to check out today's Vortex on Mel Gibson and confused priests. And we have some breaking news this evening. A former board member at Priests for Life is demanding an investigation amid allegations that Frank Pavone harassed multiple women who worked there. Pavone, you may recall, was laicized by the Vatican late last year. That former board member, Andrew Smith, said in a statement, quote, "It would also be appropriate for Frank Pavone to step down from any leadership position he currently holds in any organization, to not only ensure the integrity of the investigation, but the integrity of the mission as well." For the full statement, check out the article published earlier today on Church Militant's homepage. But tonight, the FBI backtracks on the leaked memo naming Church Militant. The UK tries to stop a priest from praying in his head, and this leader of a prestigious college is furious about safe spaces. And leading us off tonight, FBI leadership is distancing the Bureau from a controversial document discussing traditionalists that mention Church Militant by name. Yesterday, FBI headquarters put out a statement rescinding the leaked internal memo that came from its Richmond field office, saying, "While our standard practice is to not comment on specific intelligence products, this particular field office product does not meet the exacting standards of the FBI." Kyle Seraphin, the FBI whistleblower who brought the memo to the public, spoke to Tucker Carlson on Fox News Thursday night.
What was your reaction when you saw this?
Well, my reaction is predictable. I mean, I'm a Catholic, number one, and I think it's appalling. It's one of those things that when the government has gotten to the point where you talked about our Second Amendment rights, and those defend our First Amendment rights to practice our religion, particularly the way that we want to.
The so-called Church of England has officially voted to bless sodomite relationships. On Thursday, the General Synod of the Church of England voted 250 to 181 to approve blessing gay civil unions. In a joint statement, Anglican Archbishops Justin Welby and Stephen Cottrell commented, "For the first time, the Church of England will publicly, unreservedly, and joyfully welcome same-sex couples in church." The Anglicans became the first major Christian denomination to officially accept the use of contraception at the Lambeth Conference in 1930.
Once again, the thought police in the UK are targeting citizens, this time a praying priest. Father Sean Goff was arrested for praying for free speech outside a closed abortuary in Birmingham. Prosecutors later dismissed the charges but warned the charges could be reinstated if he repeated his actions. Goff remarked, "I pray wherever I go, inside my head, for the people around me. How can it be a crime for a priest to pray?" The police arrested UK March for Life director Isabel von Sproos in December, also for praying near an abortuary.
The leader of one of the most prestigious universities in the world detests so-called safe spaces on university campuses. Chancellor Chris Patten told Oxford University's student newspaper, The Oxford Student, "If universities aren't bastions of free speech, who's going to be? When people talk about safe spaces intellectually at universities, it's mad. It's oxymoronic. That's not what universities are all about." Patten went on to argue that there's clearly a difference between quarreling and argument. Though ideas aren't harmless, people should be able to debate the merit of ideas.
And with Nigeria's presidential election just around the corner, the stakes have never been higher. Catholic organization Citizen Go put out a petition this week imploring Nigerians to vote for a candidate that will crack down on religious persecution in the country. At time of this recording, the petition is just shy of its goal of 1,000. As Church Militant has reported many times, Nigeria has seen some of the worst Christian persecution, including attacks on churches and the kidnapping or killing of Catholic priests. Additionally, the petition instructs voters to vote for candidates who will protect the unborn, keep dangerous sexual ideology out of classrooms, and oppose mandatory vaccination. The Nigerian electorate has over 18 candidates to choose from.
Nicaragua has released hundreds of political prisoners, and they are now in the United States. On Thursday, 222 journalists, students, and political officials were released and sent to Dulles International Airport in Virginia. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken celebrated the move, saying, "The release of these individuals, one of whom is a U.S. citizen, by the government of Nicaragua marks a constructive step towards addressing human rights abuses in the country and opens the door to further dialogue between the United States and Nicaragua regarding issues of concern." And some of those 200 released prisoners include some Catholic priests, according to ACI Prensa, the Catholic news agency's sister agency. These priests are the same ones sent to prison earlier this week for alleged treason and spreading of false news. And when we come back, the Lone Star State's AG is taking a strong stance against abortion pills. Good for him. And who needs reading, writing, or arithmetic when you can just learn about sexual perversion? Stay tuned, all that and more up next.
Thank you for watching the first half of Church Militant Evening News.
If you would like to watch the rest of today's episode, please click the link in the description, and we'll see you at churchmilitant.com. God love you.